Hi diddly ho, Camperoony. My name is Scoutmaster Melody, and today I'm gonna be your guide for Camp Bohemian Grove. Here at our special grown-up summer camp, we have all sorts of activities. Swimming, rappelling, kayaking, insider trading, arts and crafts, human sacrifice, and summoning demons. We've been waiting for you all winter, and we are so glad you are finally here. If you're ready to join us, all you have to do is be a man, get an exclusive invite, pay $25,000 for your initiation, and an annual fee of $5,000 to $10,000 every single year. What's that? You're wondering how I got into the camp as a woman? I'm not a member, silly. I'm staff. I get paid $1.75 an hour to scrub poop stains out of celebrities' underwear by hand. Hey, better than my role last year, though. I was assigned to give birth to a child to be sacrificed to our owl god. If you're looking to have a summer of a lifetime here in Northern California in the beautiful landscape, I recommend that you come to our camp. Bohemian Grove welcomes you. And if my mom says this, I'm okay. I'm alive. I love you. I miss you.
Bohemian Grove, where friendship is forever and democracy is negotiable. Not responsible for political coups, ritual sacrifices, sudden urges to quote Nixon, unexplained rogue figures in your tent, accidental summoning of forest deities, or collapse of the Western civilization. No refunds.
Hello, Gadies and Littlemen. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Melody. This channel is called Melody Ever After. Today, we are diving headfirst into the conspiracies of Bohemian Grove. That elite 2,700-acre frat bash of presidents, bankers, and hedge fund bros, where they go to burn away all their troubles and cares, or is it human souls? What the f am I talking about? Bohemian Grove, what is it? Founded in 1872, a bunch of journalists turned party bros later UFC'd into the World Billionaire Club, a private all-male club in San Francisco with a summer campsite in Monte Rio, California. Every mid-July, 1,500 to 2,500 rich and powerful dudes jam into the Grove for 2 weeks of debauchery disguised as theater, art, swimming, and nature. It's a summer camp for rich men. If you'd like to join the Grove, it is actually easier than it seems. You don't have to be extremely wealthy. You just have to be invited. So you just have to be on the good side of somebody who is extremely wealthy, which is a lot easier than getting generational wealth in 2025. You also have to, sorry ladies, be a man, and cough up $25,000 for your initiation fee, be sworn to secrecy, and pay anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 of annual dues every single year. That's actually a lot lower than I expected. I'm not saying I just got it kicking around, but I am saying that I have seen golf, yacht clubs, and other elite beach clubs that charge around similar amounts that aren't nearly as secretive. Bohemian Grove has had notable members like Ronald Reagan, Richard Nixon, Henry Kissinger, George H.W. Bush, you know, the usual cabal of conservative power players. Now, the ideology at this camp is that the men really get into the arts, which is kind of weird because none of these men are very artistic to me. They don't really scream artsy fartsy. It's just kind of giving straight white guys being pretentious. They also apparently claim to not do any work or politics at the camp. It's kind of like a truce. Everybody is equal. But I'm not buying that. I think there's definitely some back scratching going on from all these millionaires. So if it's just a fancy summer camp for rich people, why is it so controversial? Well, many people believe that there are secret rituals, human trafficking, human sacrifices, demon summoning. And how did these allegations come into fruition? Actually, they kind of deserved it because they do a yearly ritual called the cremation of care, which is kind of freaky, and I genuinely think that all of these allegations stem from this artsy-fartsy ritual that they do for the opening ceremony of the summer camp. On the first night, they stage a traditional drama called the Cremation of Care, which I have mentioned before. It's this giant play where one member pretends to play the character of Dull Care, which is representative of all their troubles and strife as billionaires. They got a lot on their minds. They have so many problems. They just, it's just not fair. It's just not fair that they don't get to have the carefree lifestyle that we do. And It's not fair. Everyone is robed, and this man playing the character of Dull Care is drug across a lake, ceremoniously apparently lit on fire, which I don't think they actually are, but they are sacrificed to their totem, which is a giant owl statue. Now, the giant owl mascot of Bohemian Grove is kind of like the figurehead or logo of the camp, and it basically represents wisdom and nocturnal nature insight, which that's creepy on its own. And again, back to the politics thing, they also supposedly do not do any business or politics in the organization while they are at the camp, hence their slogan, which is "Weaving spiders come not here," a quote from Shakespeare's A Midsummer's Night's Dream, basically saying, nobody be doing your little weavy business, okay? We're here to do arts and crafts and tell ghost stories around the fire. Now, the ritualistic aspect of it is creepy enough, but there are lots of churches, clubs, organizations, and fraternities that do a lot of similar stuff in a kind of hazy fashion. What makes this have such a big target on its back is the high-profile status of all of the members, as well as a lot of the scandals that have gone on in the Grove, such as wage theft. It's rumored that almost all of the staff works 100-hour work weeks. I don't even know how many hours are in a week, but that's a lot of them, okay? That's a lot of the hours. They get stiffed out of overtime pay, they work no-break shifts, and allegedly wash almost all of the famous high-profiler campers' underwear by hand. Why? Look, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It's a good day if I'm even wearing underwear. I'm not washing that shit by hand. Nobody needs to hand wash their undies unless you're wearing satin bloomers from France, which they might be, I don't know. It's also rumored to be the place where high-profile people hatch the Manhattan Project, and generally the basis of Nixon's entire political campaign. That shouldn't be the case. Weaving spiders come not here. That sounds like weaving to me. But we still haven't really gotten to the part why people think it's inherently evil. There have been allegations of everything from human trafficking to prostitution to demon summoning within Bohemian Grove. However, there's never been any concrete evidence of anything more serious than political coups and insider trading, which, guys, that's not exclusive to the Grove. That happens literally everywhere all the time with the Wolf of Wall Street bros, okay? Nothing the little guy can do about that. But because the Grove harbors such secrecy and exclusiveness, it raises concerns about the lack of transparency in the political businesses and activities discussed by the high-profile members. Controversy started stirring up about the Grove in the year 2000 when Alex Jones snuck in and took footage of their cremation of care ceremony ritual, which, however much credit you want to give Alex Jones for being a reliable source, is completely up to your own discretion. According to Alex Jones' account, the cremation of care ceremony was extremely disturbing, and the screaming when the cremation of care, Dull Care character got set on fire seemed extremely realistic, and he was convinced that these people were actually being sacrificed. Hence why so many rumors have started that it's, kind of freaky, that there's some freaky-deaky stuff going on there. Several other journalists have also snuck in to support these claims, either before or after Alex Jones has, including Rick Clogger, Philip Weiss, and Richard McCaslin. Multiple of those people were arrested for trespassing. Other accounts from people who worked at the Grove claim that this whole thing is just a pretentious way for rich people to stop being bored, because it gets to a point where when you have so much money, and if you aren't an immediate political figure, if you're kind of on the back burner, you probably get really bored because you have literally nothing to worry about. Lots of people who have previously worked at the Grove claim that this is just an accentuated fancy frat party for rich men to get together, hang out, and claim to be artsy-fartsy. If you want my personal opinion, after watching footage of the cremation of care ceremony, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I don't think it's inherently demonic. Do I think that rich people are evil? Yeah. most of the time. But to me, it just sounds like a place where the ultra elite men rub elbows with each other and probably jack off together, if you want my honest opinion. Hey, that's what I think it is. They want a little excuse to be a little flamboyant, and this is their chance. In short, Bohemian Grove is an elite, super exclusive summer camp that is surrounded by mystery, pageantry, and bro bonding wrapped up in pro-paganism theater. If it was super secretive and evil and there was a lot of dubious deeds going on there, I don't believe the trespassers who got in would have lived to tell the tale. Yes, trespassers have gotten busted, but they live to tell the tale and give some creepy exposés. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions about Bohemian Grove. Do you think that this is just a place where the rich and famous rub elbows without, having to deal with a nagging wife, if you know what I mean? Or do you think something more sinister is going on, which could be extremely possible? Let me know in the comments below what you think. In the meantime, I hope you liked this video. My name is Melody. This channel is called Melody Ever After. I do little bite-sized commentary videos on things that are generally a little bit nerdy, geeky, or creepy. If that interests you, please check me out. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Until next time.